Olivia Bark will lead things off for Wisconsin, and just like that, we're underway with a first pitch that skips to the backstop for ball one. Sooners have actually lost 2 of their last 3 against Wisconsin, including the last time the 2 teams played here in 2020. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Maxwell. The lefty rocks, fires, brings it home, and misses outside 2-0. It's more than just Peyton Monticelli that has Wisconsin ties on the Sooner staff. Of course, Monticelli pitched there last year during her freshman season. A 2-0, swing and a miss, strike 1. But Lauren Foster, who is in her second season as a volunteer assistant for the Sooners, grad assistant, excuse me, was a standout for the Badgers. Ground ball, right side, Torres. Nice play, stays down, throws to first. Burke is retired, and, well, that's how it will start. Maxwell fell behind 2-0 and came charging back. Here's Peyton Bannon. Kind of similar to Game 1, only no true full pregame show here for Game 2. We'll fill the void, fill in the blanks of some of our typical pregame coverage. Here's the first pitch to Bannon. It's in for a strike. Let me correct one thing. They split their games yesterday to Wisconsin. They beat Oregon State 3-2 and then lost 3-2 to Missouri. So give them one more win, put them at 6-7 on the season this year. Grounder weakly to third. Brito up with it, throws quickly 2 away. I was trying to short the Badgers a win here. It's late for me too. Fiona Giardot will get the final chance here for Wisconsin, we hope. Rado digs in. From the right side of the plate, first pitch from Maxwell, way outside ball 1. Giardo, by these numbers we've received, is making her 14th start of the season, 11th start of the season, hitting .318 with a home run and 4 runs batted in. As she takes a ball that just misses outside, 2-0. Girardot, spelled Giradot. The T must naturally be silent here. The 2-0. A little bit out, ball 3. Three balls and no strikes from Maxwell. Strike 1. Had an opportunity between games to finally meet Kelly's dad. Just the DNA is strong in that family. You could tell who Kelly's mom and dad is the first time that you saw him. Here's the 3-1. Well, that misses up ball 4. Giardot is aboard. That for Kelly Maxwell is her 3rd walk of the day. And here is Brooke Cuff. Wisconsin not messing around here, making an early move to try to get a pinch runner. Kate Linkadder will pinch run here. It was a thrill to sit next to Tara Henry for Game 1. She was busy as always. Softball America. Here's the first pitch from Maxwell after the pinch runner entered, and it's a strike. To the right-handed hitting right fielder, Brooke Kuffel. .324 average, has scored 5 runs. And she can swing it. She fouls this one straight back. She currently leads the team with 5 home runs. Well, you look up and down this Wisconsin schedule, there is some big-time numbers. They've scored a lot of runs. They've had a lot scored on them, too. Bouncer at the plate. Foul. Stays 0-2. Won 3 of their first 4 games in run rule fashion. Make that 4 of their first 5. But lost to Grand Canyon. In those run rule wins. 8 runs, 9 runs, 9 runs, and 8 runs. The 0-2, way outside. They then went to the St. Pete Clearwater Classic and lost all 5 games they played, including probably as embarrassing of a 2-game stretch as you could have in the early season. Getting beat 21-9 by UCF and 9-1 against Washington. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Inning over. We'll talk more about the Badgers and our opponent outlook presented by Polson Tax Resolution. Your tax problems don't care who you are, but we do. We'll do that when we come back. Kelly Maxwell works around the 2-out walk, and we head to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless, with the Sooners headed to the plate. Jada Coleman heads to the plate to lead things off for the Sooners in the bottom of the first inning of a scoreless game. Shelby Jacobson will get the start for Wisconsin. The righty is 0-4 on the season with a 6.20 ERA. First pitch to Jada, shows bunt, pulls it back, takes the ball. Jada in game 1 tonight went 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored and a run batted in. She is on quite the tear over the last few weeks. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. A little off speed, misses way out, 2-0. Patty Gasso in the third base coach's box in her 30th season at the University of Oklahoma. Looks across to Fale Steele, Coach Steele. Here's the 2-0. Good pitch right on that inside edge, strike 1. So naturally, Jada's average is up to almost 400. She's hitting .394 on the season with 2 doubles. Here's the 2-1. Caught the outside corner on the changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Off speed. Buckled her at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jada leading things off for the Sooners in the first inning against Wisconsin. The pitch. Ball 3. Last meeting between these two teams was in Palm Springs. Sooners lost that game 4-3. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Line drive right at the second baseman. Little diving catch as it died towards the end for the first out of the inning. All right, I got my numbers here in front of me to wrap up our preview of Wisconsin. The actual number was 49. The 2019 regional win over by Wisconsin over OU forced that if necessary game. Sooners won it, went on to the Super Regional. It ended the overall Sooner winning streak at 41 games and the home winning streak at 49. Here's Tiare Jennings. First pitch, a little bit in. Of course, OU would go on to play in the World Series Championship Series that year. Fall in 2 games to UCLA. Sooners haven't lost a title since. Here's the 1-0. A little out in front of it. Jennings pops it up down the left side. Nice play at third in foul territory by Bojan, and there's 2 away. Here's Alyssa Brito. Good to see Brito get going last game, though I didn't even notice this, and her pops Brandon brought it up between games. She took a tumble at second base. Kind of jumped up, limped around, looks like she's okay. The swing showed it. First pitch to the backstop for ball 1. But she looks to be good and ready to roll. Brito awaits the 1-0 pitch. Nice off speed, takes it for strike 1. Tustin, California. So far in the career of Alyssa Brito, 45 home runs, 35 of those at OU. The 1-1, swing and a miss. First team All-American last year. Big 12 championship all-tournament team, but somehow was left off the All-Big 12 first team. And the All-Big 12 team period in 23. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Brito. Ooh, got her looking. Good off speed and a good first inning for Shelby Jacobson as she sets down the Sooners in order. We head to the second. Oklahoma and Wisconsin are scoreless. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. To 63 in a row with their win in the first game, 9-2 final over Mississippi State. First pitch of the second inning from Kelly Maxwell, swing and a miss. Sooner softball, as always, is brought to you by our OU Community Cornerstone partners, Fowler Auto Group, OG&E, OU Health, and Coca-Cola. University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. Here's the 0-1. It's a little bit low, and to the backstop, 1 ball, 1 strike. Just about everything here is wrapping up tonight. The game before the OU Mississippi State game, Northwestern beat UCLA beat Northwestern 1-0. The 1-1 pitch misses low. UCLA ended up winning both of its games today, beating Northwestern 1-0, and they won 9-8 over Nebraska. That was the game that set everything back a little bit time-wise. Here's the 2-1. Boy, that just missed low. 3 balls and a strike. Wisconsin beat San Diego 8-0 earlier. Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Got right on that inside edge, full count. Handful of ranked matchups today. An upset, the 3-2. Grounded through and a left field, a base hit between the 5-6 hole, and Emmy Wells has the first hit of the game with a leadoff single here in the second inning. Here's Hillary Blomberg. For good measures. Well, we're not messing around. Yvette Healy is using her pinch runners here. We already had a pinch runner in the first. Now we've got another one here in the second. I think it might take more than a run, though, to beat Oklahoma. Just going to go out on a limb. First pitch swinging, bouncer to second, could be 2. Torres shovels to Jennings for 1, but that's it. That ball off the bat of Blomberg did something weird. Almost like it was a broken bat. And as Torres waited for it to come down, gave her plenty of time to reach. Here's Emmy Bowen with 1 on and 1 out in the second. The pitch from Kelly Maxwell. Pop foul down the right side. Emily Bowen. I think I tried to get a second Emmy in there in the lineup. This is one of those weird play. Oh, time is being called. Are we going to have another pinch runner? How many players does Wisconsin have? You're just burning pinch runners here in the first inning. That's wild. Okay, no, they're not. Or are they? Oh, my gosh, they are. Danielle Lucy will pinch run here. Wisconsin has had 3 base runners, and they've pinch run for all 3 of them. And this one comes with an 0-1 count. Called strike right on the outside corner. Bojan on the season, a .450 hitter. One extra base hit, and she fouls that one back. No balls and 2 strikes for Maxwell. How many of you are going to fall asleep during this game tonight? Honest answers only. No balls and 2 strikes. I'm going to do what I can to keep you up. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Wanted. Bojan's average heading into the Mary Nutter was good for second on the team of their regular starters, hitting .400. The 1-2 is grounded back up the middle to Jennings. Gloves it on the back for 1 to first. Double play. 6. I'll do it myself. 3. T.R.A. Jennings gets the Sooners out of the top of the second. And we head to the bottom of the second inning scoreless. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Kinsey Hansen homered in the first game of the win over Mississippi State. She'll lead things off for the Sooners in the bottom of the second inning, scoreless. Here we go. First pitch from Jacobson is sky to right field. Ranging under it and making the catch for the first out of the inning is a right fielder, Kuffel. Here's Ella Parker after a big first game. Remember, Sooners fell behind that Mississippi State game early and then proceeded to score 7 unanswered runs. They scored in every inning but the 6th inning. Well, I guess the 6th and the 7th. Here's the first pitch to Parker. In for a strike. Hold on. Every inning, they didn't hit in the 7th, so that doesn't count, Plank. Scored in every inning but the 6th and pulled away for a 9-2 win. And Ella Parker was a major reason why. She had a great game. Here's the 0-1. Freshman takes it for ball 1. 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI for Parker in that first game. Here's the 1-1. She wanted to, but checked her swing on a ball well out of the zone. Yeah, looking up and down, not too many upsets today in college softball. This is usually that moment where I say that and number 3 got beat or something. Parker lines this one down the left field line, foul. Oh, there it is. Virginia Tech beat Georgia 5-4. Game is part of the Turner softball, in Athens, Georgia, at the Turner Softball Stadium. Georgia has a scary look to them. That one is interesting. 2-2, waited on it, flied it foul. Fullerton absolutely smoked Tennessee. I actually sat and watched the end of that game. Fullerton could have scored more runs, but they sent a runner, and it was out by a mile to the plate, and they wanted 11-2 to Cal State Fullerton over Tennessee. Here's the 2-2. Way outside, ball 3. Oklahoma State won its game today, 2 games today. Washington beat Pitt after they got beat by OSU just the other night. Dominated. Maybe one of the more impressive performances of the early season. 3-2 is ball 4. Parker reaches with 1 away here in the second inning. After the first swing fly out by Kinsey Hansen. All right, here's Sid Sanders. Handful of games still going on around us here. In fact, I believe 1 just went final. Here's the first pitch to Sid. It's a little low, ball 1. Missouri is playing Cal State Fullerton as we speak. UC Riverside and Baylor as well. Here's the 1-0. Sanders takes it high. 2 balls and no strikes. Yes, Missouri just went final, beating Fullerton 3-0. Well, how about that for a range of emotion? You go from beating Tennessee to getting shut out by Missouri. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3 up high. Happy Saturday, everybody. Bedlam basketball today. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Sanders. Runner goes. It's strike 1. And I think there was some shock that Parker was going because it took a moment. And when Wells threw it down, she sent it into center field, but strike 1 ends up in stolen base number 2 for Ella Parker in her career. She is 2 for 3. The only Sooner that's been caught stealing this season is Ella Parker. Here's the 3-1 to Sid. Strike 2. The pitch looked a little low. Three balls and 2 strikes. Parker's not going here. The pitch is ball. Oh, my goodness. Strike 3 called on a pitch that was low. That's a really bad call. Second caught looking for the Sooners. Brito was called for a strikeout in the first, and now Sanders. Patty Gasso has her arms at her side in disbelief. And here's Cassidy Pickering. It was a really bad call. Pickering had a hit in the Mississippi State win. The left-handed hitting left fielder takes strike 1. Just give us that lower edge for Kelly Maxwell, too. If that's how this is going to go tonight, make sure Kelly gets that area of the strike zone. 0-1, misses outside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Pickering takes it high, 2-1. It's got to be tough, too. Sid had battled that at bat. And have that tough call go against you. Not good. 2 balls and a strike. Pickering had a good cut, fouled it back. We see that third inning approaching for the third inning shout-outs. Let us know where you're listening from. Are you hanging in there? Are you making it tonight? At OU on the Air, that's that Plank Show. We're scoreless here. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 away, runner at second. The pitch to Pickering. Way outside, ball 3. Long look, 3-2 is hit back up the middle, through into center field. Patty Gasso will send Ella Parker. The throw is not in time. Parker slides under the tag. Pickering with a 2-out RBI double, and she slides back in under the tag. What a slide at home by Ella Parker, and Oklahoma takes a 1-zip lead on a clutch 2-out RBI double by the freshman. And I mean, just got in under the tag, did Parker. Just. The fans here chant Boone as Riley Boone digs in. 1-0 Sooners. Here's the first pitch to Boone. Showed bunt, nearly hit her. She danced over it for ball one. The 1-0. Caught the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. For Pickering. How about RBI number 8 on the season for Cassidy? What a start to her career she's having. Here's the 1-1. Boone missed the bunt. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Boone. Low and away. We'll play 1 game tomorrow, which again is a bit of a rarity here for the Sooners on a Saturday. Boone gets time because some dirt flew up in her eye. That was a quick recovery. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Boone grounds it back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Here, the hold Pickering. Patty Gasso at the last minute held her, and then Wisconsin didn't get the ball in, and Pickering scores. Coach Gasso was all the way down the third baseline, holding up Pickering, and then went out in left field, or I guess shallow center field. Peyton Bannon didn't get the ball back in. Pickering just took off and scored. It's 2-0 Sooners. Have a season driving in runs, Riley Boone. Number 9, second on the team. Here's Torres. First pitch, way up high. And what a play by Wells behind the plate to go get it. Torres gets the start at second base, her 5th start of the season. Here's the 1 ball, no strike pitch to her. That's in. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a good point by Tim. A freshman scores the freshman. The 1-1. Lifted foul down the left side and well out of play. Crowd has thinned significantly. It's crisp night here in Palm Springs. We owe you a Trails Golf Club weather update. We'll bring it to you after this 1-2 pitch to Torres. That's hit deep to center field, but not deep enough. Bannon is under it and makes a catch, and that'll do it for the Sooners in the second, but OU strikes first. Couple of big RBI from the freshman, Cassidy Pickering. Big hit again from the senior Riley Boone, and as we head to the third, Sooners 2, Badgers nothing. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Maxwell back to work for the Oklahoma Sooners with the 8-9-1 hitters for Wisconsin. Ellie Hubbard will lead things off. Hubbard, the left-handed hitting shortstop, and she takes the first pitch for a strike. Sanders at first, Torres at second, Jennings at short, Brito at third. The battery of Maxwell and Hanson as that one skips to the backstop. Boone is in right, Coleman in center, and Pickering is out in left. Hubbard digs in from the left side of the plate. Maxwell brings it home and caught the lower edge there. And then a strike 2. See the umpire updates the counter if I'm on it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Woo, way up and in. 2-2. And we mentioned the crowds have thinned just a bit here. We owe you the weather update. It is still incredibly pleasant. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes from Maxwell in the dirt, full count. 66 degrees right now. It's the feels like temp as well, though it seems a little cooler than that. Very slight breeze is blowing. Set up for a gorgeous day. High of 79 tomorrow. 78 on Sunday. Here's the 3-2 for Maxwell. Bounced foul at the plate. Weather, as always, is brought to you by the Trails Golf Club in Norman, where you'll experience everything you love about golf and more. Visit trailsgolf.com for more details. 3-2. Oh, just missed outside. Ball 4. We have a walk of the leadoff hitter this inning. And we're going to see another pinch runner. Wow. Every single runner they've had, they've brought in a pinch runner. I don't believe I've ever seen this before. Every single base runner they've had. 4 base runners, 4 pinch runners. Okay. Use them if you got them. First pitch, line drive down the right field line. It's fair. Cut off by Boone. Gets it back in quickly. And Wisconsin trailing 2-0 in this game. Gets a double by Ava Kuzak. And that's put runners at second and third with nobody out here in the third. Kind of came out of nowhere. Kuzak just ripped the first pitch she saw down the right field line, and here's Burke. Crowded out to second her last time up. Infield is in for the Sooners. First pitch, strike. See your shout-outs, we'll get them. Century Roofing on guard for Oklahoma. JR already took a great picture of me not being able to see without my reading glasses. Checking in from here. Swing and a miss. Nasty rise from Maxwell. Strike 2. It's one of my favorite things is seeing all the Sooner fans who come out here, those who make the trip from Norman and Oklahoma, and those all across the country. 0-2. Grounded to Sanders, off for glove. Torres picks it up. Thought about coming home. Instead will shovel to first to get the out. The run will score. It's 2-1 Sooners. Hubbard scores from third. That ball on a drawn-in infield hit right off the glove of Sanders and shot right to Torres. And for a moment, Torres thought about coming home, but instead gets Burke. And that'll bring Peyton Bannon to the plate. Good point by my man Ryan Chapman. We did have Texas Tech who had every single inning they had a different pitcher. Now Wisconsin with a pinch runner in every opportunity they've had, except for Kuzak, who stands at third. Here's Bannon. Yes, first pitch is low and away. Good job by Hanson. Thomas, maybe they recruit from their track team. Maybe so. That's a good. At least they've gone away from it here. Last time up, Bannon grounded out to third. She shows squeeze bunt here. Now they got the runner in a rundown. Throw back to Hanson. Hanson will chase her all the way back and tag her out. Wisconsin used a squeeze bunt in 2019 to beat Oklahoma in Game 1 of the Norman Regional. Here they tried to use it to tie the game at 2 in the third, but Bannon couldn't execute it, and Kinsey Hanson made it look easy. Should be a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch to Bannon. Grounded foul down the third base line. Gerardo waits on deck. 2-1, the Sooners lead it. The umpire holds up the count, but he doesn't hold it up where our scorekeeper can see it. That's the problem. Here's the pitch. Bounced right back to Maxwell. Turns, throws, got her. Inning over. But Wisconsin gets a run. And as we head to the bottom of the third inning, it's Oklahoma 2, Wisconsin 1. You're listening to Sooner Softball from Learfield. Jada Coleman flied out to second in her leadoff at bat here in this game. She leads things off to start the third. The Sooners up 2-1 on Wisconsin. First pitch misses from Jacobson outside. Third inning shout-outs brought to you by Century Roofing. Century Roofing is on guard for Oklahoma. For a moment, like maybe a little balance loss in the circle, regained, and the 1-0 pitch is in for a strike from Shelby Jacobson. A couple oohs and nods from the crowds here. K-Mac is watching and listening in Ada. In for the long haul. Appreciate you, K-Mac 32. Here's the 1-ball, 1-strike pitch. J. Cole takes it low. Amy's staying up late to watch Kelly Maxwell work. Jessica Boehm hanging in from Ohio, even if it's 1:30 in the morning there. Here's the 2-1 to Jada. Jacobson misses a little bit low and away. 3-1. Stacy, head count, game 1. Me, the hubby, 3 cats and the dog. Head count for game 2, just a me. Here's the 3-1. Ooh, Jada threw her bat, started heading down to first base, but strike 2 is called. Patty Gasso is not happy. So she's going to walk down and have a little word with Scott Mayer. Now, Scott Mayer is somebody that we've had before. And that is a second rather inconsistent strike call. Megan Raymond is over at third. Robbie Guest is at first. Patty has said her piece. Coach will head back to the third base coach's box. It's a full count here to Jada. The Sooners up 2-1 in the third. Here's the full count pitch. Coleman reaches and pokes one to left field. Racing back and making the play for the first out of the inning is the Wisconsin left fielder, Hillary Blomberg, and there's one away.
Now batting for Sooners.
And that's because Jada had to protect the plate. Here's Tiare Jennings. Michelle and Lori are listening in more tonight. Charisse is tuned in. The first pitch to TRA is in for a strike. Debbie and Edmund wide awake for both games. Debbie, you got a dirty chai with 2 espresso shots. Come on now. You might be up for 2 days. You just stay through to listen to the game tomorrow morning. The 0-1 is up high. Teresa's got us in Del City. Cowboys Sooner synced up in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Here's the 1-1 pitch to the Sooner shortstop who flied out to third her last time up. Swings and pops this one foul and well out of play. Brenda Chapman listening to Sooner Softball After Dark. Brad Bunning, caffeine and sweets to keep me wired. Okay. Not complaining about it. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Jennings. Hammered to left field, but right at the left fielder. And again, Blomberg makes the catch. Sooners hitting the ball hard, but right at the Badgers, 2 away.
Now batting for the Sooners at the 33, Alyssa Burrito.
Doug's got us in Hockley, Texas. My mom is somehow staying up tonight. Well done, Mom. Ray is Ubering around Norman. Be safe tonight, Ray. And as Alyssa Brito has called time to chat with Coach Gasso here. What's up to Tina K up in Edmond? Josh is checking in from bed with an earbud in. Oh, you're totally waking up at 3 a.m. to something random on the Varsity Network app or some sports talk on the franchise app, however you're listening. Brito was caught looking her first time up. That was the first questionable strike call, and she takes the first pitch here for a strike. Judy still with us in Silver City, New Mexico. John and Robin from Ada, way past their bedtime. Stephanie in Antlers, Oklahoma. 2-1 Sooners lead it here in the third. The 0-1. Big cut, big miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Hanson wants a shot. She waits on deck. Brito digs in. Jacobson, the 0-2. Nearly hit Alyssa, and Alyssa takes a couple of walks towards the circle and walks back around. It might have just been her balance. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to the Sooner third baseman, way outside, 2-2. You know, that's actually a really good point from Stephanie in Antlers. She said she still has us, but the dogs and the cats are already asleep. Don't they always sleep? Are they actually up listening? Here's the 2-2 to Brito. A little early on it, popped it up. Shallow right field, racing in and almost overrunning it, but making the catch to end the inning is the right fielder Brooke Kuffel, and that'll do it for the Sooners in a quick 1-2-3 third. We head to the fourth. 2-1 Sooners. Fiona Gerardo will lead things off. She walked and was stranded in the first inning. Been a long evening after a kind of laid-back day as the first pitch is a little bit up, ball 1. Sooners spent most of the day in prep and meetings and had some time for school, some rest time. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Check swing on a ball low and in. What are they going to say? No, didn't go. But as we mentioned earlier, OU did practice a little later last night, kind of get the body clocks acclimated a bit to the late game tonight. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3. Lena Torres will jog in and be a voice of calm for Kelly Maxwell. Well, the only inning that they've done damage is when they put the leadoff hitter aboard. There's a strike. And I mean, Fiona Gerardo got almost all the way down to first base before she finally came back. Three balls and a strike. OU has stayed strong with its same lineup through the first 4 innings here on the field now, or through the first 3, and I guess now into the 4th. There's ball 4. And Gerardo is on board. The Lees have stayed up late with us from Cedar Park, Texas. Sooner Yaya in Northwest Oklahoma City. Ron and Tracy Buckley up late in McAllister. Bruce Burdett with 2 members of the OU Birmingham Club. Not sure if they're planning on spending the night with me or not. Just do it. First pitch is in for a strike to Brooke Kuffel. She was a strikeout victim back in the first. In fact, that's how the Sooners ended the first inning. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Sorry, buddy Jerry, still hanging out late with us tonight. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. I mean, Maxwell just mowed her down. Here's Emmy Wells. Paige Cole up in Tulsa.
Now batting for Wisconsin.
Ben Lee in Frankfurt. Melanie and Brent checking in from Seattle. Lynn Dowdy in OKC. Debbie and J.O. in Iowa. First pitch swinging. Slow roller to third. Charged by Brito. Gloves throws. Got her! Wells, after singling in the second, just taps a slow roller down to third. And we're going to get another pinch runner?
Now batting.
They don't have, I mean, if you get into an extra innings affair, are you going to run out of players?
Bloomberg.
No, they're just simply re-entering Bloomberg here, I assume, because no pinch runner came out. Though that would have been hilarious. Here's the first pitch. Grounded sharply to third. Oh, it ate Brito up. Down the line. Pickering is up with it. Throws in. A Wisconsin runner will score. Gerardo from second. And it's 2-2. A play that Brito makes a majority of the time. Kind of took a wild, nasty hop on her. And we're tied at 2. Here's Emily Bojan. She hit into a 6U3. As Tiara Jennings called her own number to turn 2 back in the second. First pitch to the backstop. Hansen chases it down. Off the second goes Bloomberg. I don't think that's necessarily how the Sooners drew it up. Call me crazy. I think Jen Rocha sees it too as she calls time. She's going to go out and have a word with her veteran pitcher, and in that, Patty Gasso is going to talk with her squad too. She's going to bring the infield together. We didn't have a chance to hear Coach Gasso's pregame conversation because we started so quickly. But in pregame and in warm-ups, the Sooners were wearing Romero shirts with the number 2 and Romero across their back and a message on the front honoring Sid's father, Mikey. Sid's the hitting coach at Oregon, and this would be the chance when they got to see her. So Coach wanted to make sure that Sid saw the program supporting her. Thought that was cool. Meetings are over. First pitch is low for a ball. And Oklahoma's trying to put themselves in some big trouble here late in Palm Springs, as Bojan, with a runner at second after the wild pitch, is ahead on the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Maxwell rocks and fires. Up and away. 3-0. It's been the stars of the early season, the pitching and the defense. And a bit of a struggle here tonight, 3-0. That's in for a strike, 3-1. Sooners will have a little bit of time before that first pitch tomorrow at noon, local time. My gosh, I got to start dealing in Central time, right? 2:30. 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. Now what he did. 2:30 Central time tomorrow. And then that rare Sunday doubleheader, 11 a.m. and then 1:30 p.m. 2 on, 2 out. A chance for Wisconsin to take the lead with Ellie Hubbard at the plate. She walked her last time up. 2-2 game. We're in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch swinging, bounced back to Maxwell. Gloves throws, got her, inning over. But again, Wisconsin chips away. And as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, we are tied at 2. You're listening to Sooner Softball from Learfield. And Parker and Sanders. Oklahoma has not been able to create much separation against the Badgers. First pitch to Hansen is a little bit out. Hansen is 0 for 1. She flied out to right field her last time up. ball and no strikes to K9. Here's the pitch. Way up high. Sooners 2 runs on just 2 hits. Wisconsin 2 runs on 3 hits. Both of OU's runs came with 2 outs. Hansen takes strike 1, 2-1. Sooners have been good with runners in scoring position. They just haven't had too many opportunities. They're 2 for 3. 2 for 4 with runners on base. Here's the 2-1. That is called strike 2 on a pitch that looked low and looked as if we're seeing a changing strike zone. Here comes the 2. Nope. Time is given to Hansen here. That was seeming to be a little bit deliberate. Here's the 2-2. Reaches and pokes it foul. Dallas is listening in Chickasha while laying in bed. Brad writes, lobster shift softball, baby. When you live in the city that never sleeps, I would say so. You're in good shape, Brett, in New York City. 2-2 pitch. Poke foul and out of play again. The 3 in a row national champs. Think about that. Back to back to back. Thomas is 2 seats down. He's tuned in for highlight purposes. Here's the 2-2 pitch to the Sooner catcher. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Grady Karen still with us, and Pawpaw Dwayne in St. Cloud. Wheelchair Mama, Becky Cole in South OKC. Todd and Shelley staying up late in the loo. Treese is down in Austin. All right, so there's a few more of you staying up. Mel and Connie in Davenport, Oklahoma. Appreciate it. Here's the 2-2. Hansen takes ball 3. Now there's Kelly Lyons. Good to see Kelly checking in from Georgia. And here's one that says struggling but hanging on in D.C. Ball 4. What an at bat for Kinsey Hansen. Works the count full. Gets a walk. How about that? So Patty Gasso says, I've got some pinch runners I can use. Here's Ella Parker, and Maya Bland is going to pinch run here. Hadn't get a chance to watch a lot of BP this year. It's unique here. It kind of sets up where you go before the game. There's a local high school where they go hit. So it gave me a chance to watch Maya Bland actually hit. She's going to be special, man. She pinch runs at first base, though, as Ella Parker digs in. First pitch is outside for a ball. Parker walked, stole a base, scored a run in the second. She bats here in the bottom of the 4th inning of a tie game, 2-2. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball, left side, base hit into left field. Maya Bland will take off for third. She'll get there safely. Off to second goes Parker. What a piece of hitting by Ella Parker. The shortstop, Hubbard, had taken off for the bag, and Parker hit it right where she wasn't. And then when Blomberg bobbled it in center field, that's when you saw Bland take advantage of it and take third. And now we're going to have a quick meeting at the circle. Yvette Healy is going to bring everyone together, including the outfield. Something you rarely see, but For a team that struggled this year, you got to do whatever you can to try to get things right. I won't question anything. We mentioned Baylor is playing as we speak. We won't be the last game to finish here. They're only in the bottom of the first inning. 7-0 Baylor leads UC Riverside. We were watching right before our first pitch, watching Sid Romero and Missy Lombardi and Sam and the crew at Oregon. And a big win over Notre Dame. Here we go. Meetings are all over. Everybody's back to their position, including Sid Sanders. First pitch to Sid is a little bit up, ball one. Oregon, beat Notre Dame 8-2 and then beat up on Long Beach State 11-4. So a good day for some former Sooners. Sanders is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and takes strike one right on that lower edge of the strike zone. Walk for Sanders. She was, dare I say, in disbelief. Blow this thing open, Sid. Come on. 1-1. Popped up. Shallow right field. Will it be deep enough to score? Bland, will it get caught? It won't get caught. Kuzak was chasing it. It was in the middle of a Bermuda Triangle between Kuffel, the right fielder, Kuzak, the second baseman, and Bark, the first baseman. And it fell right between them. Sanders digs back in. Behind on the count now, a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, way up. Sanders walked and struck out twice in the first game. She struck out in the second inning here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the third baseline. It will be an early start tomorrow. Well, let me rephrase that. It'll be a regular start tomorrow. An early start on Sunday. The 2-2 pitch. Sanders reaches, grounds into third. Bobbled. Still bobbled. Everybody's safe. Bojan had a play to maybe come home with it, but Bland scores the go-ahead run. And then when she tried to pick it up to go get Parker at third, she bobbled it again. Everybody's safe. And it's 3-2 Sooners. Patty Gasso is going to make a change here. And it looks like we'll see, a pinch runner here. Ooh, who's going to get the call? It will be Hannah Core. So Hannah Core will pinch run. I see Kaylee Ty has still got us tuned in late in Norman. Shouts out to her listening in late. A lot of you guys, I'm kind of impressed by this, to be honest with you. I'd be in bed. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. The throw is in time. They got her. No, they're going to call obstruction. They got her. But standing on the bag was Kuzak, and if I was Yvette Healy, I would just lose my mind on this. Go ahead and get tossed. The inevitable is coming. It's 4-2 Sooners. They gave him the run. They let Parker score. I mean, they didn't even look at home. So the Sooners have taken a 4-2 lead now as Core stands at second. Here's the first pitch to Pickering. This is outside, ball one. 4-2, that was easy, and then Core stole the bag too. We'll have to see a replay on that to see if it was close. Up high. So Core stands at second. That would have been just the second Sooner to get caught stealing. Here's the 2-0. Pop foul down the left field line, slicing, out of play. Pickering doubled, drove in a run, and scored. Kind of frozen here on StatCast a little bit. I was seeing if they had, well, I guess they would still have what they officially gave her in the second inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Pickering. Called strike two. They only ruled it a single, so say she advances to second on the throw. Back in the second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Pickering swings and lifts it pretty deep to left field, turning and watching it hit off the fence is Blomberg. Rounding third and scoring is Boone. Here comes, rounding third and scoring is Core. On to second goes Pickering. This will be an RBI double. Boone was circling around to let Core know that she could stay up, and as she did, looked like she was running down the baseline. And Pickering drives in the sixth run of the game at 6-2 Sooners. Oh, get one more. 5-2 Sooners. And that's going to do it for Jacobson. So, or at least we're going to have a meeting in the circle. Wisconsin does not have much in terms of pitching depth. Jacobson is probably one of their better statistical pitchers. But yeah, not good. And nope, that's going to be it. The Sooners will have a chance against a rather limited Wisconsin bullpen here. As Jacobson will head to the dugout. Let's see which direction they're going to go. They've got 4 pitchers that have thrown this year. Maniyanmo, Salo, Blomberg. Now Blomberg's not coming in. She's staying out of left field. Pitching change brought to you by Love's Travel Stops. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Maniyanmo is going to be it. She is there. If Jacobson isn't their one, she's their one. She's thrown the most innings. And she'll get the heart of the Sooners in Riley Boone with a runner at second and still nobody out here in the fourth. It's 5-2 Sooners. Let's get caught up on the text line. Mike is with us from Corpus Christi. Nearly 2 a.m. in North Huntingdon in Pennsylvania. Zane, Skylar, Jana, Rick, and the dogs and cats still checking in. Kyle is in Pauls Valley, still wide awake. Appreciate Kyle. Diane's with us in Edmond. Gunny is in the house. Travis parking his Love's truck to run home and hang out with his wife. 2 palms on the lap, synced with Flo, and listening in from Chicago, that's Bill Beach. Kay is staying up late in Norman. Jet City Gin is with us again in Preston. Walker Tower in Norman. A Friday night, you're listening from, okay, let's go. Here we go. So and there's my man Joel Rogers. He's in Rogersville, Tennessee tonight. So we've got a new pitcher for Wisconsin. We got Riley Boone. Tessa Manyanamo. First pitch, Boone shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball. Good day for Boone. A single and an RBI earlier. She wanted to, but checked her swing and takes ball a little bit out. 2 balls and no strikes.
Mama.
2-0 with a runner at second and nobody out. The pitch. They're going to say she went. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now we'll see Gabby Salo. She pitched 6 innings in their win over San Diego. But who knows? The 2-1. A little low, 3-1. Runner at second is Pickering. She had an RBI double. Well, I've tried to give her a double. I haven't seen the official scoring yet. Our stat cast seems to be down. Here's the 3-1 to Boone. Strike 2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Long. The pitch. Ball 4.
Let's go, Lena. Go, Lena, man.
How about this stat from Jessica Bay? In the history of Oklahoma and Wisconsin, we have never had a team score more than 4 runs in a game. Here's the first pitch to Torres. It's up high for ball 1. It is now 5-2 Sooners. And Manyanamo is trying to slow that down for the Sooners. The right-handed pitcher, graduate student from L.A. There's a strike. A ball and a strike. COVID year, one of the last players. She played her first season in Wisconsin in 2020, so she was on the team that beat OU here in Palm Springs. The 1-1 is low, 2-1. So Oklahoma and Wisconsin never had a team score this many runs in the 8 overall meetings, as Torres bangs that one foul down the right side. 5 wins for the Sooners, 3 wins for Wisconsin. Sooners lost 4-3 here in 2020. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Torres. Swings and pops it up right behind home plate. Dropped. Bad luck. Wells was right there. She had it. She dropped it. I'm not ready to call time of death or anything on Wisconsin's chances in this game, but when you got 2 on, nobody out in a 5-2 game and it's slipping away, you got to take advantage of those against this team. Here's the 2-2. Torres loops this one to shallow right field. It falls for a hit. Boone safe at second. Torres safe at first. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Jada Coleman. as we were saying.
Now batting for Sooners.
Hey, I'm not complaining about it.
Jada Coleman.
Jade is 0 for 2. She has flied out twice. Here's the first pitch to the Sooner center fielder. A little bit low, ball one. One ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Lifted foul down the left side. Pickering at third, Boone at second, Torres at first. The 1-1 is in for a strike, 1-2. Put one in a gap somewhere. Jay to the pitch. A little bit low and away. 2-2. Jada Coleman has, of course, not hit a home run yet this season. Last year was a career high. But fear not, she didn't hit her first home run until the 13th game of the season, and it was here in the Mary Nutter. This is game 11. She pops this one foul and out of play. Emily writes, fall asleep for a minute. Took some work. A couple innings later, resynced, good to go. That's how you power through. The pitch, low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. KG, I have no idea what you're talking about. Where are you calling these people out on the show? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know what it means. Here's the 3-2. Ball 4. Jada drives in a run with a bases loaded walk. Pickering trots in from third. Everyone moves up 60. Boone to third. Torres to second. Jada is aboard for the first time tonight. And with a 6-2 lead, the Sooners will pinch run Avery Hodge at second base for Alina Torres. B.A. Fat Boy is hanging in there with us. Dodger Blaine in Fort Mojave, Arizona. The Boone family is wide awake watching and listening to Riley Boone, who stands at third base here. Manianamo stares in. Base is still full of Sooners. First pitch to the Sooners shortstop is in for a strike. Jennings is 0 for 2. Flied out to third, flied out to left. Sooners lead it now 6-2. Here's the 0-1. Oh, big cut. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Jennings. Sky to center field. This will be deep enough to score Boone. Catch is made. Boone tags. The throw will be cut off at short. And it's a sac fly RBI for Tiare Jennings. And the Sooners take a 7-2 lead. And that is the first out here in the fourth. Here's Brito. Brito is 0 for 2. A strikeout as she flat out to right. Checked her swing for strike 1. Big first game did Brito. Finished 2 for 4 with a run scored and a run batted in. Here's the 0-1. Bounce to the left side. Off the glove of the third baseman, Bojan, into left field. Here comes Hodge. She'll score. It's 8-2 Sooners on the RBI single by Alyssa Brito. And Kinsey Hansen steps to the plate, and the Sooners have officially batted around here in the fourth.
Kinsey Hansen.
Hansen walked, the captain walked after falling behind 0-2. And Maya Bland, Pinge ran for her. Sooners re-enter her. Time. Hey, they got to re-enter her. They got to re-enter her. Coach. Make sure to re-enter Kinsey Hansen here because Maya Bland had Pinge run for her. If Hansen would have gone ahead and hit, then anything, let's say, that she did would not have mattered. So they get Kinsey re-entered. What good do I think I'm going to do sitting here yelling like Coach can hear me down in the dugout? Here's the first pitch to Hansen. It's a strike. My goodness. I have no excuse. I went to bed fairly early last night. No balls and a strike to Hansen, who's 0 for 1 on the night, but did walk her last time up. The 0-1 misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 10th batter this inning. Ella Parker awaits on deck. She led it off. Or she batted second. Hansen led it off. Here's the 1-1. Bounce to the right side. They'll go straight to the bag. Will bark to get the force out, and there's 2 away. Coleman moves up to third. Brito moves up to second. And here's Ella Parker. 8-2 Sooners.
Ella Parker.
Parker is 1 for 1 with a couple of runs scored, a stolen base. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ball, left side through, into left field. 1 run scores. Here comes Brito. She'll score as she slides in safely. It's a 2-run single from Parker, who advances to second on the throw. And don't look now. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. We're in run rule territory. It's 10-2 Sooners.
Now batting.
Now here's Riley Ludlam. She'll pinch hit. (10-2) Sooners. Ludlam will pinch hit. And Parker is at second base. A 2-hit evening with a run scored. 2 runs scored. 2 runs batted in. And she's put OU in a position to end this game early.
Now batting number 30, Riley Ludlam.
So Riley Ludlam's going to pinch hit. Runner at second is Parker. Here's the pitch. Ludlam, takes a strike. No balls and a strike to Ludlam. Right-handed hitting catcher. Takes it low. The Sooner team, you just never know. Ludlam pops this up on the right side. Easy play for Bark, who's under it and makes the catch. And that'll do it. But the damage is done. The Sooners came into the bottom of the 4th inning, tied at 2. They send 13 batters to the plate, score 8 runs, and as we head to the 5th, they're 3 outs away from a run rule win over Wisconsin. Happens. You blink, and it's 10-2. So the final 3 chances here. Ava Kuzak will lead things off. First pitch from Keeney is in for a strike. Carly's been solid for the Sooners when called upon this year. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bounced foul at the plate. 7 a.m. here in England, writes Steve Harrison. Bit of a new one listening to the game over breakfast. I like that. Many of you really rooting for this run. Well, acting like 1:19 a.m. is late or something as the 0-2 pitch misses high. This is that choice you have to make when you get back to the hotel. It's like, do I eat this big dinner that I know I'm going to want? Or do I be smart and just go to bed? Here's the 1-2. Way outside from Keeney. We did not see Carly Keeney in the fall because she had injured her finger. The graduate student, 2023 All-A-Sun second team. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul. She's got a great demeanor about her. 11 2/3 so far. Scattered 7 hits. Struck out 3, walked 2. Hasn't allowed an earned run. Hasn't allowed a run, period. 5 innings last week in both games against McNeese State combined. Only gave up 4 hits. Bouncer right side, charged by Torres. Nice play. Throws to Ludlam at first. And there's one away. Oh, by the way, Riley Ludlam is in at first. Alina Torres still at second. With Tiare at short and Brito at third. Boone is in left. Coleman is in center. Boone is dancing out and right. Here's Olivia Buck, 0 for 2 on the day. Burke, no relation to Uncle Buck. She fouls the first one back. Perhaps the best outing for Keeney in a Sooner uniform so far came against Long Beach State in Mexico, where she came out of the pen, worked 4 1/3 of no-hit ball, struck out 2. Retired all 13 batters she faced. The 0-1, way up. In fact, that was 13 in a row to shut that game down. 10-2 Sooners. Top of the fifth, 1 away. The 1-1 is a little bit low, 2-1. We'll have an abbreviated Bud Light postgame show, mostly so Auburn can go home and get to bed. Here's the 2-1, up high, 3-1. And is pending the Sooners finishing this game here, too. Also, Coach would leave me. We know it. She said it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 3-1 pitch is low for ball 4. It's the first time Burke has been aboard. And for Keeney, just her 3rd walk in a Sooner uniform.
Now batting number 22.
Here is Peyton Bannon. First pitch is low for a ball. Bannon's 0 for 2, grounded out to third in the first. Hit one back to Kelly Maxwell in the third. We have the, unfortunately, it doesn't look like our StatCast is liking us anymore out here. But by my magic, which is my terrible scorekeeping, got Maxwell 3 innings. She only allowed 2 hits, but did walk 2 batters, 3 batters, 4 batters. First pitch in for a strike. So 4 innings with 4 walks. 2 hits, and 2 runs. She's in line to get the win here. 1-1 is in for a strike, strike 2. Bannon grounded to third, grounded to the pitcher Maxwell in the third. A frustrated Wisconsin season continues to be problematic because of the Sooners' explosion in the fourth. It's a bounce or foul. Fiona Girardeau waits on deck. Or Girardo. Oh, foul ball from the other field. Haven't seen that one happen yet tonight. That thing came in like a rocket ship. We haven't seen Ludlam over at first. She's done it a little bit in practice, but she's the one that retrieved that foul ball and is having some fun with it. The 1-2, good cut, fouled straight back. If you're wondering how you got Sooner softball so late, the game prior to ours, the UCLA Northwestern game, didn't even start until the Sooners had shown up at the field. 1-2 pitch, fouled at the plate. Staying alive is Bannon. So, Sooners basically arrived here and then sat on the bus for about an hour. Thankfully, the UCLA Northwestern game kind of cooked. It was a pretty fast game. UCLA won that. They swept the day. The game that pushed it all back was that UCLA-Nebraska. UCLA won at 9-8. 1-2 in the dirt. Good job still by Kinsey Hansen. Two balls and 2 strikes. Keeney. That ball's hammered deep to center field. Coleman, that's a no-fly zone out there. She races back and makes the catch short of the track, and there's 2 away. Should say short of the fence. Not really a true track out there. Habits. 2 away for Girardo.
Number 10, Fiona Girardeau.
10-2, the Sooners lead it. Looking to put the finishing touches on an undefeated start to the Mary Nutter. First pitch, in for a strike.
Number 10, Girardeau.
The runner at first is Burke. She walked. Girardeau is not registered at stat. She will here. Ground ball to short. Jennings up with it. Throws to first. Ball game. Sooners win it in run rule fashion and sweep day 1 of the Mary Nutter. Final score late into the evening in Palm Springs, Oklahoma 10, Wisconsin 2. Make it 64 straight wins for the greatest winning streak in the history of college softball and improve the Sooners to 11-0 on the season. An abbreviated Bud Light postgame show is coming up next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.